welcome to Storm Reads, and today I am going to talk about a challenge that's like all year long, and it's called Serious About Series, and it's hosted by Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, and I kind of heard about it back at the beginning, but I was like, I don't know if I want to do it, and then I decided, well, it wouldn't hurt to try to knock off some of these series that I have, or at least advance into some, because I have so many series open, especially Cozy Mystery series, which is what this list is mostly of, but there are some other series as well. I've been working on making some list of series that I'm in the middle of so that I know what I'm in the middle of, because I'm really bad about reading book one and then I forget about the other books. Like, they just kind of just disappear and I don't know anything about them. And so I'm trying to get, because a lot of times I really like that book one. I just forget. So hopefully this is going to help me get more into some series and finish out some series, and then maybe I won't feel quite so bad whenever I start another series, because I'm always starting them, especially Cozy Mystery series and everything. So, okay, we'll just get into the books. And so, uh, series number one is the Scotland Yard Murder Squad by Alex Grecian, and I need to read numbers 3 through 5. And I have number 3, which is the Devil's Workshop, and I have number 4, which is the Harvest Man. And I have sent off on, I found it on abesbook.com, number 5, which is, I think, Lost and Gone Forever. I think might be, yeah, that's the name of it. So, I will get that, and so hopefully I can finish off that series, because I really enjoyed the first 2 books, and I don't know why I never finished them. And it's about Walter Day and Neville Hammersmith. They're 2 policemen within the Scotland Murder Squad, and the Scotland Murder Squad was kind of like, it's historical, so it was made like during the time of Jack the Ripper and stuff like that. They needed a group of police officers that would look into the really nasty crimes, and so that's what they do. And the second one is a series I just started, because I just read book 1, and I decided, I want to put it on here because I want to continue with the series, and this might be a good way to do it. And that is Spy School by Stuart Gibbs. And you'll see me looking down because I have my computer. And I read book 1, so I need to read numbers 2 through 9 to catch up. And it's about Ben, who is he thought he was going kind of to like a signing up for a science school, but he ends up in the CIA school for kids, and he finds out that he's kind of like a pawn. Like, he really shouldn't be there. They were just kind of using him to oust some bad guys, but he ends up doing actually fairly well for not having a clue what he was doing, and so it was pretty fun. And I think a lot of middle graders would probably enjoy it. And so the second one is Spy Camp, and then the third book is Evil Spy School. I'm just going to mention a couple books from each series, because I don't want to be editing this forever trying to put all of the books up here. And so the third series is Kelly Pruitt by Mary Kilikoa. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But there's only 2 books out in this series, and I've read the first one, and I've got the second one, so I need to read it, and I'm hoping putting it on here will make me stay current with that series and read it. So I went ahead and put it on here, and the second one is called Denied. So I do need to get to that one, and hopefully I will be getting to that one pretty soon. And the fourth series I have is the Lighthouse Library series by Eva Gates. And I need to read numbers 6 through 8 to catch up on that series. I don't think it's a finished series, but I do just want to get caught up on it. And it's about Lucy, who is a librarian at, of course, a library that's in a lighthouse. And the number 6 is Read and Buried, and number 7 is A Death Long Overdue, and number 8 is A Deadly Ever After, which I think just came out this year. So almost caught up on it, so hopefully I can get those 3 and get that series caught up. And the next one is kind of the same. It's number 5 is Mary Muffin by Victoria Hamilton, and it's a cozy mystery series, and I need to read numbers 5 through 7. And this one is about Mary, who is a baker, and she also owns a winter castle, and it's more than she can afford. She would like to fix it up so that she could like sell it, but she doesn't have the money, so she ends up renting out some of the rooms as kind of like a B&B, and gets the money that way so that she can like fix up the castle. And I need to read Muffin to Fear, is number 5. Number 6 is Muffin But Trouble. And number 7 is Double or Muffin. I just love cozies. The names of their series are always so fun. And number 6 is the Book Retreat series by Ellery Adams. And I need to read number 6 and 7 to catch up on this one. And this one is about Jane, who lives at Storrington Hall. And they do these like book retreats and everything there for money. But they also, down below, like in their basement, they have like this big storage area like thing that they are protectors of these really old and rare books. And it's a little different for a cozy mystery series. It kind of goes out there in different areas that you wouldn't think. I mean, we've got like the Knights Templars and things like that going on, so it's a little different. But I have number 6, which is Murder in the Storybook Cottage, and number 7, which is Murder in the Cookbook Nook. And then the next series I have is the Country Store Mystery series by Maddie Day. And I need to read numbers 4 through 9. And so number 4 is Biscuits and Slash Browns. And number 5 is Death Over Easy. And so hopefully I can get to that. And I forgot to write a little snippet about what this was about. And I haven't read it in a while, and so I don't remember. But I remember enjoying it. I mean, I've read 1 through 3, so I mean, I must have liked it. But then it's just one of those that just kind of went to the back end of the line because of all these other series, and I forgot about it. So I would like to catch up. And then number 8 is The Witch City Mysteries by Carol J. Perry, and I just need to read numbers 10 and 11, and I'll be caught up on that one. And this one is Lee, who's currently working as a news reporter. She's had several jobs throughout this series, so I never know if she's going to have the same one. But as of now, she's a news reporter. And so I need to read number 10, which is Murder Takes Two. And then number 11 is See Something. And this one is kind of lightly paranormal. There are witches in the town, but it's not really heavily based on paranormal stuff. Though she's a scryer, and so she can see either past or futures and stuff like that in like shiny objects, like mirrors and anything that's like real shiny and reflective. And then the next series I have is number 9. It's Gaslight Mystery Series by Victoria Thompson. And this is one of my longer series, and I need to read numbers 12 through 24. It's about Sarah Brandt, who's a midwife during the Gaslight era, which I'm not exactly sure when that was. Set in New York, I believe. But I really enjoy that one, and I really would like to get caught up on this one. Though that's a lot, so I'm not sure if I can actually get caught up on it this year, but I'd like to put a big dent in it anyway. And the number 12 is Murder on Lexington Avenue. And the number 13 is Murder on Sisters Row. And then number 10, I've got Witchless in Seattle by Dakota Cassidy. And it's a cozy mystery series. It's a little paranormal. And I need to read numbers 6 through 12. So I really got kind of behind on this one. I was keeping up pretty good for a while, and then it fell off the radar too. It's about Stevie Cartwright, and she's a witch with no powers because you learn that she got it slapped out of her by a bad guy. But she still has a little, and she can hear ghosts. She can't see them per se, I don't think, but she can hear them. And she's got a British agent, Winterbottoms, and a Russian agent named Arcady that she can hear, and they help her solve like the mysteries. And she's got, I think, a little bat familiar named Belfry. I think that was his name. And he's different. Anyway, two books from that are number 6, I need to read Ain't Love a Witch, and number 7 is A Good Witch Hunting. And then the next series I have is another really long series, and that's number 11. I got Hercule Poirot, which is by Agatha Christie, and I have number 5 here, which is The Big Four to read, and they're really thin. So I should be able to get through a few of these this year. I'm trying to read through them in order. That's just me. I got to do it. I know a lot of people just kind of pick and read the ones that they want, but I really like to read them in order. So this is the next one that I need to get to, number 5, and then number 6 is The Mystery of the Blue Train. But there's 40 books in this series, and I'm only on number 5, so it's just one that I would like to make a little dent in. But there's no way I'm going to read that many in by the end of the year, but I just like to make a little dent. And then another long series that I have that I was doing so good on for a little while, and then, like, yeah, it was another one that just kind of fell to the wayside. And that's the Crew of Hunter series by Heather Graham. And I'm on number 12. I need to read numbers 12 through 35. And it's about a special branch of the FBI who has special abilities because they can, like, see ghosts and things. And actually, I have already read, just like the other day before I filmed this, I finished number 12, which was The Cursed. And then after that is number 13, The Hexed. And then the next one I think is The Betrayed. And you don't really need to read these in order, but I'm just a stickler for reading books in order, so I gotta do it. And then the next series I have is series 13, and that is the Magical Bookshop series by Amanda Flowers. And I need to read numbers 2 through 5 to catch up because I've only read the first one. And all I can remember is it's about Violet and the magical bookshop, and like the books choose you and they kind of jump off the shelf or something. So I probably am going to go ahead and listen to book 1 again, because I'm in a group, killing time with cozies, and we doing this knockout challenge where they're pitting 2 bookish themed cozies against each other. And I've read both of them, but I remember more about one than I do this one, which it's Crimes and Poetry is the first book. Like I said, I just vaguely remember it, and so I think I should probably try it again to refresh my memory. And then the second one is Pros and Cons, and then the third one is Murder and Metaphors. And then number 14 is Mystery Bookshop by V.M. Burns, and I need to read numbers 3 through 7 to catch up on this series, and it's about Samantha, who owns a mystery bookstore. She's also an aspiring cozy mystery writer, and so it has like that book within a book element, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I know that's why I let myself get behind in this series, because I didn't really care for that part. But I did enjoy the murder mystery element that they solved, just not the book part and stuff. So, but I still need to get back to it. And so number 3 is The Novel Art of Murder, and number 4 is Wed, Red, and Dead. It almost gets my tongue tied trying to say that one. And then the next one I have is number 15. It's a Haunted Library series by Allison Brooke, and I need to read numbers 2 through 5. It's another one of those that I read the first one and then never got back to it. And I know this one is about Carrie, who works at a library, and it has its resident librarian ghost. And I really enjoyed the first one, so I really need to get back into it. And so number 2 is Red and Gone, and number 3 is Buried in the Stacks. Then the 16th series that I have is Wine Trail by J.C. Eaton. And this one, I only need to read books 5 and 6 to get caught up. It's about Nori, who is taking care of the family winery. She owns part of it, and her sister and her husband usually is the ones that messes with it. She's a screenwriter in a big city, and she doesn't really have anything to do with it. But they're wanting to go on sabbatical and for a year and just take some time off because they've always been running a winery. So they put her in charge, and some interesting things happen, and of course, murder. And the fifth one I need to read is Divide and Concord, and number 6 is Death, Dismay, and Rose. And it's not my favorite J.C. Eaton series. I really, really love the Sophie Kimball series, and so this one just isn't quite up to par with that one, but it's still a decent series. And number 17, I have the Amish Candy Shop series by Amanda Flower, and I need to read numbers 2 through 6. I just read the first one during Amish in April, and I really enjoyed it, and so I went ahead and got the second one to read, and this one is Lethal Licorice, and it's about Bailey, who's a chocolatier, and she ends up coming to help her grandparents in their candy shop. She's not Amish, but her grandparents are Amish because her father decided that he didn't want to be Amish during like his Rumspringa. So if you do that and you choose not to be baptized into the faith, then you can still have contact with your Amish family. And so that's how that one's going. And so you're in an Amish / English town, kind of. And the third one is Premeditated Peppermint. And that one I'll put here. And then the 18th series I got, I'm almost there, is Kitty Couture by Julie Chase. And I need to read number 3 and 4 to finish out this series. I hate having series that I realize that they never went any further, and so there's only like 3 or 4 books in the series. And so if I just finish those 2, I'll be finished with that series and I can mark it off. This is about Lacey, who owns a pet boutique in like I think an organic bakery of some sort, but it's a very eccentric, friendly town that she's in. And number 3 is Cat's Got Your Secret, and number 4 is Cat's Got Your Crown. Then number 19 is Hope Street Church by Ellery Adams, and I need to read numbers 4 through 6. And this is about Cooper and her Bible study group. And it's been a long time since I've read any from this series. And I really want to finish this one up, because if I finish this series up, and I think I may have one more series by her to catch up on, and then I will pretty much have read all of Ellery Adams' books, I believe. I think there's one series that I'm not familiar with that I seen when I looked up that only had like 2 books, and it's like it never went anywhere. And I have those if I can find those. But pretty much all of her series that are pretty known, I've read just about everything. So I've liked some more than others, but she is my most read cozy mystery author, and probably the most read author that I've ever read anything from. So I just really want to catch up on her series. And so number 5 is The Root of All Evil, and number 5 is Fate of the Fallen. So that's a couple books from that series. And then number 20, I've got The Food Lover Village by Leslie Budowitz, and here again is one of those series where I've noticed that all I have is one book to read in this series, and I'll be all caught up on that series. I believe it's a finished series because I haven't seen any more books come out. So if I just get this one knocked off here, I'll have a series I can check off that I've finished. And this one is about Aaron, who works at a mercantile, and it's like a gourmet food market. And I need to read number 5, which is As the Christmas Cookie Crumbles. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a little bit of Christmas in July, because I have another cozy mystery series that I want to get to, and it's a Christmas theme. So I might just do a week of Christmas maybe in July. And then the 21st series that I have on here is totally different than any of the other series that I have. It's because it's a romance series, and it's Cedar Cove by Debbie Maycomer, and I need to read numbers 6 through 12. And this is just about the people in the town of Cedar Cove. Each book is about a different couple that's in the town, and you still have some of the characters from the other books are in those books, like Jack and Olivia, and they're like some of the main ones. And then there's Olivia's friend, which off the top of my head I can't remember her name. Grace, I think it is. And so like you see them in some of the other ones. Anyway, so I'm on number 6, and so I need to read number 6, which is 6 Rainier Drive, and number 7 is 74 Seaside Avenue. So there's only 12 books in this series, and I'm on number 6, so I'm hoping to at least get through a couple of these this year. I do want to finish it because I hate the fact that I'm in the middle of this romance series and I've never finished it. And I have even started over before because I read it a long time ago, like the first 3, and then I never continued then either. And so then I've read up to now I'm on number 6, and then I quit. And it's not because I don't like them. I think it's just sometimes I have to be in the mood for it. But I would really, really, really like to get this one done, and so I can check it off of my series that are finished. Anyway, so that's 21 series that I would like to make a dent in during the year. I know I'm not going to read a whole bunch in these series because I have a ton of other series or books in general that I'll be reading. I do buddy reads with my friends, and yeah, there's just so many. I wish I could just concentrate on all of these, but I know I won't. But they're just kind of, I put them out there so that maybe it will make me think, oh, I need to read one of the books from one of these series, so that at the end of the year I can do another video and I can be like, look at all these, look at what I accomplished. Hopefully. I don't want to fail, so hopefully I can say, look at all the books that I accomplished. We'll see. Anyway, so I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.